What's good? I'm Doug Phenom. We are live from the underground once again. We got a great artist in here for you guys to check out, man. Somebody with a lot of talent and a vision, plus the mind that goes with it. I'm in here with the great grind master himself, Great Dane. What's up, bro?
What's going on, brother?
How you doing, man?
Well, and yourself?
I'm good, man. So, you know, you just performed Pretty Girls. That's your single from your latest EP coming out.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that song and performing it?
I felt good about it. I felt real good about it. I like the setup in here. It's one of my favorite songs on the EP. I enjoyed making it. I enjoyed performing it. So, yeah, it was cool. I loved it.
So Pretty Girls, obviously, that's like the topic of the song, man.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like creating your sound, songs like that, are you more prone to talk about, like, I guess the fly shit, like, you know, girls, pretty girls all around you? That was like the whole theme of the song.
Yeah.
Is that something that you really like? Is that like how you get in the zone when you creating music?
It's really just like the vibe or like real life experiences. So I'm like, if it's not like when I'm recording right now, and it might not be pretty girls in a room, but it might like I have experience with pretty girls, you know? So it's like everybody who pursue pretty girls have experience with pretty girls. So it's like talking and rapping in that lens as well as like if it's the ambiance in the room, you know what I mean?
I do. Okay. So let's get into a little bit of your background, bro. I really want to get the people more acclimated to your story. So, you know, you hail from Brooklyn, New York, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay.
Sir.
And then you made a transition to the DMV?
I did, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your early days in Brooklyn first before we get to like how you even got to the DMV.
So Brooklyn, I'm from Bed-Stuy. It's a lot of outside activity in terms of like just being outside every day growing up, going to the park, being with family, being with friends. Once I got to Maryland, it was more so like, I wouldn't say starting over because I did have some family members here, but it was like, I'm not outside every day. I got to do more like, because like for example, like in New York, you could sit outside and something will come to you, the day will come to you. Yeah. In Maryland, it's not like that. You could sit outside and you might, you're just gonna be sitting outside, but in New York, you're gonna have some type of interaction.
Right.
So that's what I mean by like outside activity.
Okay. So when did you transition to the DMV though?
I got here, I would say around like middle school, so like 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
6th grade.
I went to a boarding school out here. That was a cool experience.
Okay.
Then grew up, went to high school, and then, you know,
okay,
made my imprint out here.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, you had just touched on like the sound differences as well as like not being able to probably get as much creative input from your surrounding areas based on just like location. Like New York, like you said, you run into people all the time that's just hella talented. So what was that transition like? Like, was that something that was different for you, something that you had to adapt to, not being able to have the reach that you once had? Or did you just kind of just like adapt to it and make it your own?
You mean like working with like other creatives?
Other creatives, yeah, basically, yeah.
So like in New York, I was fortunate enough to have like cousins that make music, friends that make music. Once I got to the DMV, it was more so like, I didn't meet as many creatives, not saying that there weren't any, but like I was more in tune to like basketball, like I was younger. So once I got to like high school, it was like, all right, I know a producer that makes beats, I know a guy that does videography. So it was like kind of tied in more once I got older. But in New York, it's just like a melting pot. You just have so many people in your building that everything you might need might just be in your building. Right. It might not even be anywhere else. So it's different in that aspect.
Okay. So your family legacy, man, you got deep ties.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. Your father, D-Rock Butler, right? He was Biggie's best friend.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And he was part of Bad Boy Crew, right? So tell me what it was like having a father that was already in the industry. Did that open your mind early to wanting to be part of the same industry?
Well, I've always had a passion for music. Like he introduced me to music at a young age, and he has also had other passions like with his film. It's not even like, I'm sure he has aspirations for like a deeper level of film, but just more like what we see now today is like vlogging. Like I always tell him like he was the first YouTuber. Wow. Without there being YouTube, because like the format in which he vlogged is like his POV and showing what they doing and how they living for real. And like Junior Mafia, he had his own things that he had going on, like with his clothesline, Invisible Bully, his management company. So aside from like the Bad Boy stuff, like he had his own management company. He would help artists tour and things like that. So yeah, just being around music, it really helped to have him like, it might not even be something on purpose. It'd be like, I'm just used to this quality of music because this is what my father plays all the time. You know what I mean? So like my ear is just different from like, so like in middle school, I'm listening to Outkast and 50 Cent, and my friends might be listening to like Disney Channel or something. You know what I mean? Like they're not even listening to like How to Rob and Steal. You know, like by 50 Cent, but I am or something.
Yeah, it gives you an advantage. I mean, no, it really gives you a more mature ear.
Yeah.
Like at an early age. So I can definitely see how his different ventures shaped and mold you, because you have your own merch company. You've directed, co-directed different videos, like, and you rap. Eventually you'll probably get into making music. So it's like you wear different hats, and that's something that I noticed about you early, that it wasn't just one thing. I mean, is that something that you think shapes the character of Great Dane?
Oh, for sure. Like I even dabbled into acting for a little bit. Like I was on a HBO show just for an episode, but even getting into that world, just I'm not afraid to like express myself or try something new or jump into something and be myself in it, if that makes sense. I don't got to jump in it and be nobody else. Jump in it, be me, you know?
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, that show, I want to touch on that real quick. That was called The Deuce?
Yeah, it's called The Deuce.
And you was on season 2, episode 6.
Yep, yeah.
Literally right at the beginning. Guys, if you want to go check it out, go check it out. You'll be able to see him literally the first like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
What was that experience like, bro?
Man, that was a long night, I'm not going to lie. We was filming from like 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And it was in Harlem. We was filming in Harlem, and even it seemed like the whole block never went to sleep.
Wow.
Because they were like, "Oh, what's happening on our block?" And so the show is about, like, I don't want to say like pimps and hoes, but like that kind of like back in I don't even know. It might have been 1970s, but that's what it was about. Like that whole strip was supposed to be Times Square.
Wow.
But like we're filming on a random block in Harlem, but it's like that's how authentic New York used to look. Like you can use any block. We on like 100 and whatever street, but acting like it's 42nd.
I got you. Yeah. I understand that. And when I was watching it, bro, I was like, dog, Dame is a natural at this. Like I was kind of surprised. I was like, all right, now I'm expecting him to be in some more roles. Do you think that you'll get back into the acting game or something?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm trying to get like more behind the scenes, like work on like soundtracks and pursue like a sync licensing deal. That's what I'm really after, like trying to get those points and credits behind the scenes musically. But as far as being like in front of the camera, I don't mind. I have a friend named Max. We working on something, Max. I don't want to spoil it, but we got something coming, and it's definitely in the film world. Okay. So I'll leave it at that. I'll let Max do all the
Nah, that's cool, bro. So so with the acting stuff, you know, I think that is just a one aspect that you have that you can just venture into. But I want to talk a little bit about your musical passions. You said that you had been listening to Outkast when you was growing up. Who are some other big influence do you think helped shapes you and where you wanted to go with your sound?
So I might not necessarily sound like these people, but I listen to like a lot of DMX, Biggie Smalls, The Lox, Busta Rhymes, like you said, Outkast, even down to people like Lord of the Undergrounds. They got a song called Chief Rock. I remember I used to write a rap to them when I was in middle school. It was an old song on it was on NBA Streets. Yeah. It was like one on the soundtrack, but I was like, I like this song. Let me YouTube it, try to find it. Okay. So like, it don't matter. I like Nas. I like Nas a lot.
I like Nas too.
Yeah, just a lot of influence, and even if not necessarily like New York, is just music in general. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So when it comes to this project that you're getting ready to put out, man, what direction did you want to go to? Because I don't think people even realize like how much you was working in 2023. You put out 3 different EPs. Yeah. One of which with our boy Zay Blaze. Yeah. Shout out Zay. But you know, that's a lot of music in a sense for an artist. So it's like, where did you want to go with this latest one?
This latest one is called Loved One. It's just really expressing about it's about being loved. It don't got necessarily about being in love or just being a loved one, the things that come with that. Like my song Flavors, that's out on the 2-pack. Yeah. It's a whole voicemail segment of one girl letting me know that's like I need to answer my phone, another girl letting me know just have a great day, and another girl letting me know how I'm loved, not just by like her, not even not to sound player, because it's not even like or it's different types of relationships, but just letting you know that like you appreciate it and vice versa.
Okay.
That's just what this EP is, that in its essence, just being a loved one.
I think what I really loved about the EP was the versatility of it. Like you had some tracks that sounded like some Cash Cobain's type of shit.
Yeah.
You had a track that's didn't have any drums. You know what I'm saying? It's just straight melody. Mm-hmm. You know, do you feel like you just someone that doesn't fit into a box?
Yeah, I feel like not too similar, but like how Kanye West was like kind of like, I can't make beats, I'm still learning and whatnot, but he didn't really fit in the box. I feel like I'm definitely that. It's like I could just be myself in whatever setting. I could just rock to whatever beat. Or sometimes it's like I'm not a singer, but like I want to talk through the song. I want to talk you through the song, so I might like give like a Raheem Devon vibe. Ooh. But I'm not singing. I'm just like talking, like very poetic, like how Nas is in his raps. Like I just try to think different perspectives. Just like play with your voice, play with the space, and play with your just the timing of everything. Because me saying a word like that, or if I just keep some suspense with it, you know what I mean? It's a different effect, and you could say the same exact thing.
See, and it's that piece, that eye that you have plus the ear, that is something I want to get into, because we was talking the other day and you would explain to me that you really a student of the game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you break down tracks, and everyone has their own different styles of creating music and recording music. But, you know, once I think it says something about an artist when they know themselves and are able to efficiently record stuff. So talk about a little bit of your process, like how you come to create tracks. Like where do you start?
So like if I hear a beat, and I'm not gonna lie, I might go back to a beat if it don't catch my ear in like if I can't come up with something like a melody, or like think of something, if it doesn't inspire me in some form or fashion the first 30 seconds, I'm gonna listen to the next beat. Even if it's a 30 pack, I'm gonna listen to all 30, but it's like you got 30 seconds per beat. Yeah. And then it's like I know my voice is real deep, so it's like certain sounds or certain melodies compliment me more than others. So it's like this whole sexy drill thing that's going on. It's like a lot of people got the same flow and sound the same, but it's like I'm not going to sound the same because I'm not going to do the same flow. And it's like I don't know how to explain it, but it's I'm just going to come different, or like be myself in the setting, like I was saying earlier.
Okay, all right, that's cool, man. So what do you right now? What's your favorite song that you've created thus far, bro?
My favorite song, I'm not gonna lie, I make a lot of songs, but my favorite right now.
And shout it out to everybody. Maybe it's like a feature.
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
Probably say right now, Flavors. Y'all go check that out. Flavors. It's a 2-pack. Great Dame. Flavors out right now. It's just talking about, like in the hook I say, on the road again with the bros again. Protect yourself, your energy, physically, spiritually, mentally. Just like times that we're going through right now. It's just like talking about mental health in it. Just being back with the bros. You might have been away, getting your money up, not your funny up. You know, like. Just that's the whole dynamic of the song. And Flavors just having, again, it's like not to be player, but it's like you might have a light skin, a dark skin, like how I say in the song, and it don't even gotta be flavors of women. It could just be of whatever you into. Just having variety, really.
Okay, yeah, and it's cool. You know, the 2-pack is really good, bro. I think. Thank you. I've heard the album already. I am not going to touch much on it just because of, you know, people just haven't heard it yet. Yeah. But I mean, I think people are really going to see how polished you've become, because during my research, you know, I've definitely seen songs that you've created like 4 or 5 years ago, and the style that you had then versus the style that you have now, and how much growth you've had, especially not only in just like your voice, but the production as well. When you're picking beats, I think that's something that really stood out to me about you as well, is that you have a really selective ear when it comes to listening to things. And you would already explain, you give it like, what, 30 seconds?
Yeah, shout out to Sandman and shout out Cartier Curry. I work with them a lot. They definitely did. If not on this EP, we worked a lot. We got a lot of songs together, but I've been working with them heavy. Some new producers that I've also been working with. I'm open to working with everybody, man. So if you could get with me. I'll definitely give you a chance, vice versa. But those two, I've really been working with them, and I've noticed if you lock in with a producer, you could kind of mold a sound together. It's not just me. molding the sound. Like we could do it together instead of like, here's a beat, now rap on it. You know what I mean?
I do.
So, yeah.
So is that a similar connection that you had with Zay? Because you guys did a whole EP together. That was it Don't Matter to Me?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Talk about you and Zay's dynamic. That's someone that we've had on the underground before.
Zay my dog.
Yeah.
You already know that. Zay my dog. We probably did all them songs like the first week I met Zay. I'm not gonna lie. I met him in California. He told me he lived in the DMV, so we went back to the DMV. He had a studio, and we just knocked out like 5 songs, and probably just added like 2 more before we was about to really drop it. But yeah, me and him locked in. That's my guy for sure.
That's cool. I hope you guys have some more tracks coming.
But yeah, we did a song the other day, and he was like, I don't want to spoil nothing, but he was like, this gonna be on something else, and I was like, I bet.
Yeah, y'all guys, you guys are always recording. I think that even though you don't have like an official album out yet, like you have a collection of singles plus the EPs. You're getting ready to put out your 4th EP.
Yeah.
Is there a reason? Well, first, I guess, this is a similar question that I ask people that come on here. Is it's about signing to a label. Do you feel like you have to have a certain level of resume before you sign to a label, or are you considering signing to a label? You trying to stay independent?
I mean, it all depends how you work your leverage. I've definitely been in conversations in the past with a label, or certain situations where like someone wants to invest in me, or it's just you gotta have a vision for yourself first and foremost, because you could have a vision for something that's like somebody's ready to work with you right now, but they're like, all right, what you need, and you don't even know what you need, or what's the value, you don't even know what your value is, so you gotta really have a plan for yourself, protect your intellectual property, and really just have a plan for yourself. Right now I'm pushing Great Grind, my brand, still being creative with the music, testing the algorithms, and that's where I'm at with it right now, trying to get a SYNC licensing or work more behind the scenes, put my art in more places than just like Apple Music or app.
See, and that's what people don't understand, and I think that's the advantage that you have just with the knowledge that you carry, is that people don't know that you can do more than just make songs. You can be more than just an artist. Like you can get placements on other people's projects, or you can get placements in like movies or TV shows. You know what I'm saying? What really sparked your interest in filling in that lane, or where did you receive that type of knowledge from? And I guess a 3-part question. I don't want to overload you, but like, what type of advice would you give to upcoming artists who maybe want to expand their range outside of just creating music for themselves?
So, all right, so you can break down. What's the first question for me? My bad.
Shoot, man. I'll probably ask. Let's start with the third one. So, like, let's give some advice to the guys, man. Like, how can they even get started in putting their stuff in like a TV show or a movie or something like that?
So for that, I would say, don't be afraid to submit everywhere. It could be a college project somebody's working on. It could be casting. I would say get with casting directors because they know what's going on. Shoot, any type of director, if it's just a director's assistant, if it's the EP or whoever, it don't really matter. Just stay in contact with them, or even read the credits of things. Every movie tells you who did what at the end of the credits, so you could just check the credits. And that's what I did for a lot of, I don't have like a bunch of songs and movies or anything, but even with like the HBO thing, I would see who the casting director is, or when I was going to acting classes, I would see who was the casting director for this, and she has an acting class, let me see what type of stuff she likes, Yeah,
I do.
So you just gotta be, it's all right there in front of you, just gotta like really tap into
it. And really look into it. You gotta read, man.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to work with anybody. Yeah.
Oh, and that's an important piece. You know what I'm saying? Like the networking aspect of it. Like, what have you learned when it comes to like really creating relationships with people?
It's about, don't burn a bridge. It's about who you know all the time. It's not all about your ability. It's definitely like, it's somebody that rap better than me. I rap better than somebody, but they're in different positions based off of the leverage they created, or who they know, or what they do, or lack thereof. So yeah, it's just really who you know with the networking, and never belittle somebody, because people you see on your way up, you're gonna see them on their way down, and vice versa. So it's just really about being true to yourself and being a good person within yourself with the networking.
Yeah, and I think, once people start to get a little buzz, the ego comes into it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's really distracting.
Yeah.
I've seen it myself with people that I've worked with. But staying true to yourself, I think, is even a more difficult journey. You know, how with all the connections that you have, the accomplishments that you've achieved, like how have you remained within yourself?
Oh shoot, life will humble you. It'll put you in a place that you just gotta be. Like I have a unique situation to where it's like I'm known and I'm not known. I'm respected, I'm not respected. It's just whatever I earn. Like I could be in a room and feel like the smallest person because it's like, dang, I just saw this celebrity in here. I saw that celebrity in there. I see how he work. I get to see it up close. Then I could be the biggest where it's like I do something. They like, I didn't even know you got down like that. Or I might surprise somebody or, you know, or I done been in rooms and a celebrity noticed me just off of, I don't even want to say celebrity. I just don't want to say names. You know what I mean?
I got you. Yeah.
But a fellow artist noticed me and they're like, wow, I didn't even know that you had this going on over here. Like when you're in sessions where like there's an A room, there's a B room, there's a C room, and people just rotating to see what you're working on. And it's like, I didn't even rotate. I'm just locked in this room, and then once you hear it, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a unique talent, bro. I mean, like the collection of all the experiences that you have, plus the knowledge that you gain, being able to stay true to yourself, I think that's a dangerous combination, you know, for sure. That can really take you far.
Yeah, and you got to be able to handle it because it could also make you feel make you feel like I'm not good enough, or can make you feel like big-headed, be like I'm too good. You know what I mean? It's just you got to have those people around you as well to keep you level-headed.
So you keep a small circle?
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm around a lot of the same people that I knew in middle school or knew when I was younger. So yeah, I don't really, not saying there's no new friends. We could definitely network and stuff, but everybody has its purpose, you know?
Yeah, and they all have their roles, probably keeping everyone in check, probably add something to the overall collective. And speaking of collective, you know, you're part of CYN.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Talk about the creation of that, how that got together, how you got together with all the group of guys, because, you know, you told me there was like about 8 people, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, give us a little
So even being story. Back to like you got to value those that value you and be around people that's valuable, I guess. That's like a quote I had to make. But those guys, like everybody brings something to the table. Like we have Tiz, he's a DJ. We have C3, he makes music. Kai makes music. I make music. We have V, he's the CYN president. Like you go to him for all things CYN or even other things that's like music related. We have K Wells. We have Shaq and Trey, SNL. It's just so many people, and it's like we pour into each other. We don't like really take away from each other. And that's what I like. So it's like value those who value you.
Right.
And it's like even though like I know the fans and supporters or people might be like, oh, they take too long to drop. They take too long to do this. But when we do get together, it's like something magical.
It's magic.
Yeah.
Nah, that's cool, bro. You know, I hope that you guys have some more projects coming.
No, yeah, for sure. We got, and even if it's not like on a CYN project, you'll definitely hear CYN collaborations on my stuff, on the other guys' stuff. Like, it's around. You just gotta. I appreciate everybody looking forward to it. That's all.
So, what type of music do you like making the most? Like, are you more like? Of course, you're versatile, but like, are you more cool to just do on some trap stuff? Like, do you like the R&B sample game?
Whatever's gonna like spark some like emotion or make you feel something. It don't even gotta make you feel turned. It can make you feel like how that one song you were saying you like, the Whatever You Like song. It's like as long as it make you feel something, it don't have to be the most barred up song. It don't have to. It just gotta be a good song though. It can't be no like BS. But like whatever I'm feeling at that time, really, is just whatever the vibe is. I just like to go off of whatever's inspiring me at the time.
I got you. So one of the tracks I was listening to. I forgot what project it was. It was something from 2023. But I feel like you had talked about, or even was it might have been one of, whatever it was, you was talking about really people not understanding the pain that you go through, you know, and the situations that you would have been through. Has there been anything like in your life that really like, that kind of changed something for you to where you had to like, maybe people don't even realize what you're going through behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, was there anything that really like really changed something for you in your life?
It's just like life goes on. It's like it could be mental battles. It could be physical battles. It's just like even like whatever you believe in. When I pray at night, I pray for the silent intentions of, you know, the people I hang around or situations that I may affect and that I don't know about. It's just everybody got their own private battles that they go through, and it's just like even if you can't relate to mine, if I could just spark an idea in yours and make you relate to it, that would be great. 'Cause sometimes I might not even rap in my perspective. It might be something that my friend going through, or you might be going through as a listener. And if I can make you relate to it, that's good enough for me, for real.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. No, I like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Where do you, or how do you keep yourself motivated? Like, if you're going through a depressed time or something like that, mm-hmm. or if something life-changing happens to you, like, how are you able to keep going?
Man, the guys, man, stop hating, man. If you're a hater, man, stop hating. Your friends are supposed to motivate you. They're supposed to, like, make you feel good. When I see, like, my artist friends like Jerry Holmes, Nico Brim, Kai Cash, C3, K Wells, Warhol, like, when I just see guys doing well, it make me feel good. And, like, they'll reach out to me to be like, oh, I see you doing this, I see you doing that. Or even, like, if I set a goal and be like, all right, Pretty Girls video, I want to do this video. And once I see I execute it, that, like, brings the morale up. It doesn't necessarily have to be, like, an award or accolade, or, you know what I mean? It's just like the small victories are victories too, because it brings up to the big victory.
Wow.
You know.
See, that's wisdom right there.
Yeah.
Because people are just like, no, like, for real, like, people, they want the grandeur, they want the jewels, they want everything, the big stuff. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people don't take time enough to appreciate some of the little things that they have. I'm someone that had to learn that myself. You know, I was in a situation to where, like, I was depressed, and it took my cousin, who is from, like, Richmond, like, trenches of Richmond, you know what I'm saying? He has a whole different perspective on things, and I'm sitting here, like, I'm in a radio station, I'm in all that, but because of my own perspective, I kind of was like, I had a wall on myself, and it took someone else to tell me, like, look, this is what you did this year. They're like, and even though it might not be big to you, like, those are still little wins. So when you start thinking like that, like, you accomplish so much more. I feel like once you start counting yourself, your little small wins, they start equating into huge wins, and then you start appreciating more of the journey and not just getting everything that you want right away. Because I feel like, especially if, like, somebody got everything that they wanted immediately, they have no story to tell, and they wouldn't be able to appreciate the stuff that they had, that they have when they get it. So it's almost like you would almost disrespect God by not really even by not acknowledging what you have. You feel me?
I agree, yeah, for sure. Or you might not even have the discipline to keep it, and it might not even be a win that shapes or molds you. Like, I don't know who said this quote. I might have made it up, or somebody let me know. Y'all can Google it. But it's like the impact of a loss. No, the pain of a loss is more impactful than the joy of a win.
Wow.
And it's like, that's real true. It's like, you count all your W's, but, like, you remember that loss and how you gotta tighten up to get to the W. So because
that's what makes you. Your perceived losses, because really nothing's a loss.
Yeah,
like, everything's like lessons.
Yep, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, that pain is the thing that shows you who you are.
Right.
That's the thing that molds you into a man. Like, your wins, like, that comes, but after you took in those scars, like, that's how you get battle tested, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know?
And like how you're saying, if somebody gave somebody everything they wanted, they never took that loss, it's like, once that loss happened, they might never get back up, you know?
They never, you never experienced that.
Yeah.
That's how, I feel like that's how boxers be sometimes. Those with undefeated records.
Nobody want to lose their O.
No one wants to lose that O, bro. And when they do, they never the same. I haven't seen Earl Spence since, bro.
That's a fact. I ain't gonna lie. I know because he wants that rematch, but I think he needs, like, some
tune-ups.
Yeah, some tune-ups. Respectfully, everybody do, you know? Like, but I don't think he should get back in there just yet with that boy. That boy Crawford is crazy.
No, he's the GOAT of this generation, bro. Let's talk a little bit about the culture of hip hop. You know, you obviously you love the culture, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the state of it right now? I know before this interview started, we was talking about a lot of it being fast food music.
Yeah,
you know,
like,
that's being injected into the veins of everybody. Some of it's hard though.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with fast. Like, I eat fast food sometimes. As well, you know what I mean?
But like, you can't always. You can't always eat it, and it's something that goes away really quick.
Yeah, so I feel like looking at it like a show. There's like a show has filler episodes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, you can't have a whole tape or a whole show of filler episodes. There has to be some type of substance there, or it's like how we seeing now. Not saying like everybody doesn't have substance. You just see like declining the value of certain people's arts, and now we have to find more creative ways to bring it back. Like when it was like the CD and backpacks and street team days, to now bring back the value of your art, because it's like good music just not doing it no more, and it's like people don't even have the patience for good music anymore, because like people would listen to your tape and they be done with it. I want to have like a Picasso effect. Like once he painted the Mona Lisa, he didn't think about it again. Probably he was already on to the next project. You know what I mean? Trying to make the next masterpiece. And I feel like that's how we have to carry it, instead of like being like microwave and bundle packs. And it's, you want to get the highest fan value and stuff. So I don't mind the bundles, but it's like, you know what you're doing when you're doing it. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is a great era of hip hop. I love the type of music that we're getting from these artists.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, I do miss having third verses on some songs.
Yeah,
like 2 minutes to a minute 30. Like I seen an interview with Pink Panther. She was talking about no song should be over like 2 minutes nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
I remember I was telling my friends that, and they thought I was crazy. I'm like, bro, the way this is going, 2 minutes and that's it. Sometimes your verse might be the hook, and you just need another verse, and it's like, unfortunately, it's like that. But it's like people don't want to hear 3 verses no more, and it's like, but you still gotta have that structure to do it, you know, because you can always compress it and be like, I still got this old school structure, but let me modify it to the new
era.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I get you. I think, I'm assuming this, but I think that's where you were with the Love One EP. I think that's where you was going with it, because it's only 20 minutes. Yeah,
I'm trying to keep it short, but it's like you heard a bunch of different vibes, and each song didn't sound the same, you know? I want to make sure, like, oh, this song is crazy, or I resonate with this song just got me turned and prepared me for the next vibe, you know?
Yeah. Nah, I get that. You know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of the art that we know right now, and then being only just like 20 to 35 minute like projects and stuff, I think that's going to change at some point. Stuff usually just comes back around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like the times, like I'm seeing stuff that my folks was saying that told me like, oh, we was wearing that back in the day, like bell bottoms.
It always comes back. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but okay. So where do you think the state of hip hop is right now? You think that we can recapture the essence that we had in the early 2000s, the late 90s, where
for sure
artists they were selling like 500,000 first week? Because now it's like you see certain artists. I'm not gonna just like say anybody now, but people are like, it's difficult for people to crack like 50K.
Yeah,
you know.
I feel like now it's more so you selling the experience. Like people are more infatuated with you as a person than they are like your lyrics. Like somebody would rather dress like you than rap like you now, I feel like. Or like take like your swag or whatever. And I feel like that plays a big part of it, because I feel like there's also not enough spaces for every genre of hip hop, or like subgenre or subculture for hip hop, and some sounds are still finding their spaces.
Wow.
So it's like they not all can blossom how they really want to, because some of them don't even have a space to really
flourish.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel you on that. Okay, so before we wrap the interview, bro, what are some of the biggest lessons that you learned from both being in the industry, but as well as just living your life?
Shoot, man. Life is what you make it, so you gotta make it what you want. Everything is experience. So like somebody older than you could still learn something from you, and vice versa, because life is experience. Because people don't always grow mentally, they might just grow physically in age, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta really know who you're around, because every OG not an OG, every youngin is not just like a crash out, you know what I mean? Like you gotta really like pay attention. And I'm about to say just those two things really.
I mean, that was some profound shit, bro. Not gonna hold you. All right, y'all. Great Dame. Let them know where they can find you, bro. Like all your stuff, man. Yeah,
Great Dame music on all platforms, or just Great Dame. Dame.up. So DAME with a dot, like a period. UP on Instagram. Great Dame music on YouTube. So check me out, man. For sure.
All right, Dame. I appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you having me, bro.
Yeah, man. More interviews, more live performances coming soon. Hopefully we get to sit down with Dame again, bro. But until then, I'm Doug Phenom. I'll catch you next time.
Yes, sir. That was dope.
Nah, bro. That last piece, bro.
That was it.
That was
That was the
fucking
one.
it.
Bro, you were
That
in-
was
you
fucking
were
it.
in-